Today I'm going to speak on redefining auditor competence and ask the question, is your team ready? It remains a current issue to understand the changing context, understand the risk-based approach to auditing, and the importance of staying objective. These are difficult aspects. They look very simple, and I think the best place to start is the definition as given in ISO 19011. And I do go back to this definition many times. Systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining audit evidence and evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which audit criteria are fulfilled. I like the systematic aspect of it in the definition, followed by independence, which means auditors have to make the effort to be independent, seem to be independent, and their objective evidence to have the objectivity so that the criteria are fulfilled. For example, you go and don't conduct an opening meeting, get down to the audit right away. What will be the outcome? Maybe they know you, maybe you are an internal auditor from the same organization. That change that you are today an auditor will not be realized. It's important you have the opening meeting, you introduce yourself. Yes, of course, they know you already, but you want to convey to them, today I am your lead auditor. So the formality is essential because you have to draw objective conclusions. Please remember that the context is changing. Industries are facing new challenges each day that impact their processes. Technology is evolving and its increased use can be seen in all sectors. Remote audits today are a reality. There is commercial pressure and restricted timeframes for auditors. They must achieve the objective in the given time. So these then are some of the challenges the auditors have. Assessing leadership's role in a management system can in itself be a challenge. The leadership commitment is integral to the success of the system. Has your audit team been trained and assessed for their ability to understand the strategic direction, understand the risks impacting the organization, assess accountability? Questioning the top management needs due diligence and preparation. The good old days when the standard ran in parallel to the main aim of the business are gone. Today, the business and the standard or the standard chosen standard are one. They must be merged. The objectives of the business and the objectives of quality or environment or whatever standard you choose cannot be different. Therefore, risk must be recognized. Yes, sure, risk is subjective, and therefore auditors must know how to evidence, and they must be able to see the appreciation of risk by the organization. They must be able to audit this. What are the actions taken and their effectiveness? And the auditors of today, as they look ahead, must be able to assess undocumented risks. It is not just to be limited to the risk register the organization may have produced. A word on seeking objectivity. I looked at the dictionary, which says the fact of being based on facts and not influenced by personal beliefs or feelings. We train a very large number of auditors, in thousands every year. And my emphasis to an extent is please be objective. If you look at the changes in the new 19011, apart from risk and certain other aspects, the 2018 version of the standard has emphasized ethical behavior by auditors. Why the need to emphasize ethical behavior? Is it not inherent? Because often the objectivity is being forgotten. And therefore, auditors have to make the effort. Is your team trained to avoid making inferences, having biases, not giving advice and making recommendations during the audit? Are you aware by giving recommendations, you are systematically killing the management? Let the management make their own decisions. Let non-conformities drive correction and corrective action. Let non-conformities be closed and build the database. Let the data drive risk and trends. Therefore, please remove subjectivity from your auditing. Please make the effort if the audits are to remain relevant. Please remember, audits are not pass or fail. It's all about effectiveness of the system. Non-conformities add value. They enable you to continually improve your system. They enable you to look at your processes so that your processes result in conforming products and services. You don't want your products and services to slip by the inspection, and therefore the non-conforming products go out and bring you harm. Make those who are your users and consumers and your clients not trust your product. Is your audit team encouraged to manage commercial pressures, deadlines, stakeholder expectations? Are you being able to maintain customer focus as an organization? Is an important aspect to be assessed during the audit by the auditors. Therefore, please use the process approach. Make checklists for every audit. Is your audit checklist tailored for the organization's processes? Avoid clause conformity. Focus on suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the controls and monitoring, resources in meeting the objective, and most importantly, assess the risk management. How have they put it in their processes? Look at the overall process. Look at the core process as it applies to the top management and how the key processes interact to produce conforming products and services. Please remember, remote audits are today a reality. We must understand the risks. We must manage confidentiality. You do not know the weaknesses in the system when you are using or the software that you use, etc. You have to manage the confidentiality. There should be mutual trust in the system. Integrity of the information should be maintained. Engage the client. And you can decide whether to do a fully remote audit, a hybrid audit which has both the in-person and the remote aspects to it. Sparsely documented systems. And I do want to say a word on this. Are your auditors trained to audit sparsely documented systems? Documentation which is not aligned to the clauses of the standard. I see many auditor, if it is not aligned to it, they are not able to audit. Please remember, management systems are designed for the users, for the employees, for the personnel in the organization. They are not designed for auditors. The purpose of a management system is not the auditor, but the organization's ability to use the process approach to produce conforming products and services. Therefore, where the system is confident, you don't want them to have an over-documented system. If it is undocumented, parts of it, you should be able to audit it. You should understand the system. Undocumented risks, you should be able to assess them. And I ask the question, therefore, does your training provider address these aspects? I would say, please look at the auditor behaviors. They are given in ISO 19011. There are a whole lot of them, some 12 or 13 of them. It talks of ethical, observant, perspective, versatile, tenacious, self-reliant, and so on, and open to improvement. But I do want to emphasize a few of them. One of them is open-minded. Must be willing to consider alternative ideas or point of view. Don't be set to everything being documented, everything presented, and that is what it is. Try to understand the system. Inherent quality in a good auditor is being diplomatic, tactful in dealing with individuals. People have problems. Their jobs depend on it. But you cannot get into the issues and problems of individuals. You want to maintain your objective as given to you regarding the audit. Be decisive. Do your auditors have the ability to reach timely conclusions based on logical reasoning and analysis? Able to act with fortitude, able to act responsibly and ethically, even though these actions may not always be popular. We are not there to win an election, and these may sometimes result in disagreement or confrontation. Of course, we must avoid confrontation. So therefore, consider various aspects. The challenging times are there. We must look ahead and we must realize the systems are evolving. As auditors, we expect systems to be tailored to the client's needs. We are not there to see that the system is tailored for us to audit easily. Therefore, auditors need to upgrade their skills to go beyond traditional audits. I feel pleased and honored that our company QMII, with this 35 plus years of experience, has consistently tried to ensure that our auditors are trained to these aspects, that those students who go through the portals of exemplar global training or other training as approved by Coast Guard and other institutions that we conduct, audit in a manner where top managements find those audit inputs useful. Whether we do consulting, in all that we ensure it. Best of luck. Happy auditing.